Keanu Reeves versus security. The 2007 Chinese Grand Prix was remembered for how Martin Brundle nearly didn't make it to Keanu Reeves. It started like every other gridwalk. Brundle weaving through engineers, drivers and VIPs with a mic in one hand and chaos in the other. But when he spotted Jensen Button, things got complicated. Security swarmed in like he was storming a vault. Brundle tried getting past, and that's when the name drop came out. "We've got Keanu Reeves down there." Brundle was actively being blocked from a basic interview with a driver, and Keanu, calmly standing nearby, became his verbal battering ram. For viewers, it was comedy gold. For Brundle, it was the early warning that access on the grid was starting to change. And while the moment fizzled out with no fight, it left a weird taste. Button never got interviewed. Reeves, by the way, didn't say a word, just stood there like a monk in sunglasses watching it unfold. Megan Thee Stallion's bodyguards. The 2021 US Grand Prix in Austin had speed, spectacle, and a celebrity moment that lit up the internet in real time. Martin Brundle was deep into his gridwalk when he spotted Megan Thee Stallion. The cameras locked on. She was smiling, vibing, walking alongside her team. And then Brundle pounced with the mic. He asked if she had any freestyle lines for Formula One. She laughed it off. No drama there. But her security didn't see it the same way. One bodyguard stepped forward and told Brundle, flat out, "You can't do that." Brundle didn't flinch. "I can do that because I did," he replied. Live, unscripted, and with perfect timing. The moment went viral before the race even started. What looked like a minor interruption blew up instantly. Memes flooded Twitter. Brundle's dry British sarcasm was trending, and within days, Formula One quietly updated its grid rules. No more personal bodyguards blocking media access. Unofficially, that clause got nicknamed the Brundle Clause. Megan didn't issue any statement, she kept it moving, but that 30-second exchange became a flashpoint for how grid walks were evolving. MGK and the most awkward grid walk ever. The 2023 Brazilian Grand Prix was electric. In the stands, on the track, and somehow, in the weirdest grid interview of the year, Machine Gun Kelly showed up wearing white boots, a sleeveless silver outfit, and enough accessories to open a pawn shop. Martin Brundle spotted him and did what he always does, walked straight over with a mic. That's where things went sideways. Brundle asked a standard question, something about the energy at Interlagos. MGK paused. Long pause. Then he fiddled with Brundle's poppy, played an invisible guitar mid-interview, and offered no real answer. He looked dazed. Brundle looked trapped. "I think I found someone who doesn't want to talk to us," Brundle muttered. The interaction ended with MGK giving a thumbs down and walking off, silently. No goodbye, no acknowledgement, just the slow drift of second-hand embarrassment caught on live TV. Social media exploded. F1 fans were baffled. Music fans were confused. Brundle called it car crash television. MGK later admitted in interviews that he didn't even want to be there, and hates being in public. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't rude. It was just pure discomfort on both sides. The kind of silence that makes you check if the sound cut out. Mbappé's security. The Monaco Grand Prix is always crowded with celebrities, billionaires and bodyguards who think they're guarding national secrets. So when Kylian Mbappé stepped onto the grid in 2024, things were already tense. Martin Brundle spotted him and made his move. It's the gridwalk playbook. Spot a big name, fire off a few questions, move on. But as Brundle approached, one of Mbappé's security guards extended a firm arm and cut him off. No violence, no shouting, just a wall. Brundle barely hesitated. He stepped forward and said the line that instantly echoed across F1 Twitter. "It's all right, mate. I'm in charge around here." Then, somehow, he actually got through. Mbappé gave him a few words, short, polite, but enough to get the clip. No rap battles, no awkward freestyles. Just a brief moment that confirmed, yes, even global football icons can follow the rules of the grid. Brian May says no, twice. The 2024 British Grand Prix brought out royalty. the musical kind. So Brian May of Queen stepped onto the Silverstone grid, looking exactly how you'd expect. Silver curls, velvet blazer, and surrounded by handlers like he was about to perform Bohemian Rhapsody on the pit wall. Martin Brundle spotted him and locked in. The gridwalk veteran made his approach, mic in hand, ready for a quick exchange. But May waved him off with a tight smile and 0 words. Brundle backed off, cool as ever. Then came attempt number 2. Same approach, different angle, same outcome. Another polite dodge. No conversation, no maybe later. Not even a "who are you?" Just the quiet awkwardness of a rock legend refusing a mic in front of millions. Brundle shrugged it off on air, moved on, and that should have been the end of it. But Twitter caught fire. Clips spread. Fans debated whether May had been rude or just shy. Within hours, the guitarist issued a full public apology. He admitted he was nervous, unfamiliar with the gridwalk process, and genuinely didn't mean to disrespect anyone. Said he panicked and didn't want to embarrass himself on live TV. Brundle, ever the pro, accepted it immediately. No drama, no grudge. Just another day on the grid where even global legends sometimes get overwhelmed by the chaos. Horner throws shade. Most gridwalk chaos comes from celebrities who don't know the rules. This one came from someone who wrote half the rulebook. Singapore, night race, wall-to-wall humidity. Christian Horner, Red Bull boss and seasoned paddock regular, was doing pre-race chats when Martin Brundle walked up with the mic. What followed didn't involve any pushing or dodging. It was words, sharp ones. Horner looked at the track and tossed out a jab. "You're too old to have driven around here, aren't you?" Brundle didn't blink. No smirk, no pause. Just a dagger of a reply. "I am too old. Shame you weren't fast enough to get to Formula One." Boom! On live TV, in front of team personnel, fans and sponsors. The camera cut away like it had touched a stovetop. Everyone watching knew they'd just witnessed a gridwalk classic. Not awkward, not forced, just 2 veterans slinging one-liners with surgical precision. No follow-up, no apology tour. Horner took it with a grin and Brundle carried on like nothing happened. But fans didn't let it go. Clips were everywhere, forums lit up. TikTok accounts put the roast to music. Horner's dig may have been friendly fire, but Brundle's return shot rewrote the exchange. Pep Guardiola walking off. The 2022 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix had the usual pre-race chaos, championship drama, fireproof suits, and Martin Brundle zigzagging through the grid. Then he spotted Pep Guardiola. Premier League mastermind, football royalty, big get for live TV. Brundle approached with a quick opener about Manchester City's form. Pep cut it off immediately. "I already did, Sky, thank you," he said, then pivoted to someone else. Brundle stayed polite, tried to follow up, and got nothing. Pep was gone before the second question landed. It didn't turn into a shouting match or viral clash, but it felt cold. For viewers used to Brundle's friendly banter, it was a sharp left turn. Fans online called it ice cold, disrespectful, and the quickest tactical exit of the weekend. The awkwardness didn't go unnoticed. Brundle carried on like a pro, but you could hear the shrug in his voice. Brad Pitt keeps it top secret. At the 2022 US Grand Prix in Austin, the grid was stacked. Celebs everywhere, cameras everywhere. Martin Brundle, in full rhythm, spotted a Hollywood A-lister, Brad Pitt. Pitt was there researching for his upcoming Formula One movie. The biggest crossover between F1 and Hollywood since Rush. Brundle moved in, mic up, ready to talk cinema, racing, or anything in between. "Not for me, man," Pitt said calmly. "Have a great weekend, though." Brundle pushed for a quick follow-up. Maybe just a tease about the project. Pitt shut it down again. "No, not yet. Top secret." That was it. No handoff to a publicist. No PR blur. Just a polite stonewall from one of the biggest stars on the planet. Brundle turned, kept walking. But the moment didn't vanish. Clips spread online. Fans debated if it was rude, cool, or just awkward. Days later, Pitt reportedly reached out to Brundle off camera, and explained he wasn't trying to disrespect, just keeping things tight-lipped for the production. And that's it. Now, to you, if celebrities keep crashing the grid, who do you think will cause the next viral moment? And will Brundle survive it? Or finally snap on live TV? Comment down below as you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.